Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back for more Hearthstone. As you can see from our last episode, didn't make a lot of progress. We did exchange this, so it was a win 5 games with 2 other characters, and I exchanged it in hopes for something else, and it just gave me win 5 games with Hunter and Mage. We're not going to be dealing with Hunter and Mage this episode though. This episode we will be working on Priest and Warlock ranked runs. Try to get 5 games. We would have to get 5 wins in a row to get this whole, get both of those quests done. 5 out of 5 is what we would have to get, so that's a lot of pressure. More pressure than I really believe we're gonna do.
Anduin versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
Alright. So, here's a good combo. The Ashanai Soul Priest, or however that would be pronounced, and the Zombie Chow. Now, it does require that the Zombie Chow not get defeated until the 4th turn, or maybe the 3rd turn if I can bring him out really early. So next turn I can bring him out. So we bring out the Ashanai Soul Priest, and we allow this guy. Now, if he does not see what's going on here, he will do his spell and kill me. Yes, that is whoops for you. Alright, so we want this guy out. We want this guy out.
Feel my pain.
Now, this will not heal. This will deal damage. So, until this guy goes away, his ability's not really going to help much.
I am ready.
And this spell will do 2 damage to all my guys, too.
Feel my pain.
In fire. More like on fire. As in, I am on fire. Desperately wanted to kill this guy. Alright, let's see. This.
Something needs tinkering?
You to master. Job's done.
So he shouldn't be able to take, well, he could be able to take out my guy, but it would take every single one of his characters to Fire Blast. Hell, why not?
Sirs, soldiers of the Cold Master, obey the order of Kel'Thuzad.
Man, it seems like I'm gonna lose. I had the feeling I might win. Now I feel like I'm gonna lose. Alright. So.
Pray for mercy. Job's done.
Yeah, I don't see myself winning here. That's a classy way to go out. Go out in fire. Wish my mouse was a little bit faster to do that pun. With a big ball and everyone in fire. So who are we playing again? Priest and Warlock. So the priest and the devil dealer working together again. I guess a lot of the characters do have diametrically opposed opposites. The priest and the warlock, the hunter and the druid,
Victory or death! Your soul shall be mine!
the mage and the paladin probably. I'll look at them and see if I can find an opposite pairing for all of them. Some of them probably would be a stretch.
Why do you call?
Smelly. See, just put an S there, smelly. You're making it too easy for my 2-year-old mentality.
As you command.
Yep. No card. Nobody to play that card on.
Command.
Can't do anything until he summons somebody. No real reason to bring out the Baron Rivendell card.
Try this.
Alright, so let's play this. Just stupidity. Play this. He is our guy.
As you command.
Job's done.
So next turn, we can bring him out.
My blade be thirsty. Tadingo! Yes!
Job's done.
Alright. Let's see, what is this? Just heavy axe. Haven't seen that.
For the war chief!
Let's play this guy and play this guy. Why not?
Job's done.
It's time for a little blood.
Alright, so this guy, so this. Let's just throw him out, why not?
Job's done.
Some's beautiful.
Look at that. That worked out pretty nicely.
It's time for a little blood.
It'd be a pretty big waste to do 5 damage to a 2/2 when you only get 2 uses of it. Whoops! Somebody didn't count right there, or they just decided to go ahead on their own terms. That one really felt like he just didn't count right. So we only need one more victory to get one quest done, that's good. But we need 4 more victories to get the next quest done. And since we've already lost a game, unless we decide to just do one extra game. I mean, this is game 3.
Anduin versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer.
The light shall bring victory.
That same old trick. It'll be a little bit more difficult since I don't have the core. Take me actually 4 turns to bring that guy out.
Greetings, friend.
Greetings.
Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the characters. Like, what would be the opposite of a shaman?
I wonder.
David 2 with 2 E's. So there was, if it's the number 2, that means somebody was just David probably. And then somebody else was David 1 for you to become David 2. Which is a little unbelievable.
Job's done.
So this Wind Fury guy's gonna probably hit the face twice. That would be the only logical move. Alright, so we bring this one out. Next turn.
Job's done.
If he can just not kill my zombie child this turn, my strategy should work pretty well. Of course, I am getting smashed in the face for 6 damage each turn. That is a bit of a problem. You're gonna kill your character? To kill my character? Wouldn't make a lot of sense to do that.
Embrace the void.
Of course, it does make sense for me to do it.
Job's done.
He didn't see that one coming, I'm pretty sure. So if I bring out this guy next turn, then the turn after that, put this guy between these 2 guys, they'll start targeting this creature.
Love my new recipe.
Actually, that's pretty good news.
Job's done.
Next turn, this guy comes up. Well, maybe this guy comes out. So we're slowly recovering the health we allowed him to take.
Truth is my shield.
Next turn, want to play this guy and this guy in between this guy and this guy. Playing a little slow. So we want to play this guy,
Stand ready.
and then
My
this guy.
shield for Argus.
Job's done.
Handle it!
Feels like I'm losing control of the situation. Just play this. Play this.
Into the breach.
Job's done.
Now the problem with the shaman is that you will quickly fill up your board with like 2 and 1 and 0 attack creatures. So even with a full board, it still takes you longer than it should to beat an opponent. Enough that a good opponent, not me. What is this? Wind, charge, divine shield, and taunt for 8 mana. I want this guy. Why do I want this guy in my deck? The Wind Lord. I don't think I've ever seen this character. He literally has everything. Charge and Wind Fury. Alright, game 4. You can purchase additional packs of cards from the shop. Yeah.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
Pancake.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine!
Playing Pancake again seems like I keep running into the same people over and over again. Wouldn't it be weird if this is actually the first time I've ever played Pancake and I'm just saying that because I can't remember, right? It's possible. It's not likely though. I'm gonna keep every single card I have. Okay, that was the one thing I didn't want him to do.
Why do you fall?
Job's done.
There goes our Thaddeus option. Want him to summon something so I can kill it.
As you command.
Job's done.
What are the chances you'd get a wisp on the last ditch effort? Pretty low.
Well played.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Pass me that arc light scanner.
Job's done.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Oh, that Desmond goes die. Well, then I guess I'll just have to do this.
Job's done.
What you looking at?
I did happen to, as I was browsing the internet, come across what claimed to be the official trailer for the 50 Shades of Grey movie. I have not read the book. I heard that the book was really actually very poorly written and was mostly 100% made popular as gag gifts. And then I've seen news reports where like thrift stores and places that accept donations will say, we will not take any more copies of this because everybody's getting rid of them. But while it would be very cool and very interesting to see a movie that revolves around a sadism and masochism relationship, is which, from what I understand, is what the book is. And I don't even think it's a very well maintained relationship of that type, because it is really kind of a one-sided relationship, and one is very dominating even outside of their role play.
It's time for a little blood.
Close, probably even reaching or past the point of the female in the story being a victim and not a willing participant, which is always a danger in relationships like that. So I don't know how much of that can really be put on the theater screen though. The preview doesn't get into that until like the very last scene of the preview, and I would bet that the movie doesn't really show much either. There was a movie called Secretary that came out a few years ago that purported to be much similar to that, and as I watched it, it was all very much in just the way a lot of it was shown just by the way they talked to each other and interacted with each other, and there was very little of it was shown as actual activity or anything like that. A lot of it was implied is what I mean, how I mean to explain that. And I bet in the 50 Shades of Grey movie, that's exactly how it's going to be too. A lot of it's going to be implied.
My magic will tear you apart.
It runs the danger of what Twilight did too. Twilight is, at least from my understanding and watching of the understanding of what people have told me about the story, so I haven't read the books or anything, so I could be just completely ignorant of what it really is. But it seems like the lead quote-unquote female role in Twilight very quickly becomes completely dominated and completely submissive to the main male road vampire guy. And so there is in it some real relationship problems in Twilight. And that's just not what, in particular, since S&M is a real lifestyle versus Twilight where it's just a fantasy, and there will never be a real vampire dating a human and impregnating him and casting magic spells, I think, on them too.
Job's done.
So there's no real worry there. But with S&M is a real lifestyle, and it is a real relationship, and that part doesn't get passed along. It's not just that some dominant person, usually the male, but sometimes the female. I may even be wrong about usually the male there, so I take that back. But the dominant person in the play does not just, and should not just, completely dominate the person in all of the relationship. If there's no talking about the feelings, if it's literally the man just, well, I keep saying man, the dominant person just dictates what the other person does and everything, when they can eat, when they're supposed to wake up, when all of that. That's not an S&M relationship, that's an abusive relationship. I mean, there's stuff that happens in your play, and then there is the real relationship that's outside, and they have to complement each other. If they don't complement each other, then you're not probably doing something healthy. And it certainly felt like they weren't having a healthy relationship in Twilight. And from all that I've heard on 50 Shades of Grey, they were not having a healthy relationship. And that is fine for fantasy books, as long as people remember that movies are fantasy, and they should not learn or let thoughts creep into their mind and think they're reality. Because that's the danger. You want to be strong and independent. No matter who you are.
Nox Ramus is all.
Feel my pain.
And I guess that's all I really had to say about that. But, I mean... But I will watch with... I will be interested to see the reception and what it's really about when it comes out. I probably won't watch it since I really don't have much interest in watching it. Another movie I won't watch, and I'm surprised that they're even making, is Atlas Shrugged Part 3 came out on Blu-ray and DVD. For some reason, even though the first movie didn't really make any money, and the second movie really didn't make any money, and had completely different actors playing all of the major roles, it seemed like. So they couldn't even get the actors to come back and finish the movie. I bet in the third movie it'll be the exact same thing. That would not surprise me for 1 second if in the third movie all the actors are new again. But I mean, they just want to tell that story. They want to complete it. I guess maybe in part 3 they do complete it. Hopefully they don't come out with a part 4.
Enter the shadows.
I think it's a ridiculous story. Alright.
Job's done.
Now if he attacks my face, then I'll have 16. Oh no, you can just destroy me, huh? That sucks. It's not looking good for me. Alright. So we do this, we do this, we do this,
Job's done.
and we
Give
go.
that minion a turn to get ready.
Now, unless he's got to destroy a minion card again, I might have a chance of winning. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Let's see. Alright, so still lost. Still lost. Still lost.
I dream and the world turns.
All that effort for nothing. Grim death. Can't even get 2 freaking victories. Are there any movies I'm looking forward to this year? I don't think Age of Ultron has been released yet. For a while there, I thought it had already been released and come and gone. But no, I don't think it's been released yet. I don't really want to watch it though. I don't think I've even watched Avengers 2. So,
Let the hunt begin. Your soul shall be mine.
oh. No, I don't think there really is any movie that I want to watch this year, but that's not really saying much. I mean, I usually don't want to watch any movies any year. I like to get them after all of the hype, after it's out on DVD, Blu-ray. Blu-ray at this point is almost required. And yeah, I can't think of anything. I don't think the Ghostbusters remake is going to come out this year. That might be slightly interesting if that came out. I don't know if there. I don't think there's any other remakes coming out of any worth mention. I did see an announcement that they are going to remake The Odd Couple for TV, which is gonna be weird. I don't know how long or how far you can really go with that thought. I mean, I don't even know if The Odd Couple was that good of a show. I didn't ever watch it. It was either not on when I was a kid or was watching something else. So on this card, it's discard a random card, but it doesn't say like you must discard a random card. So if you don't have a random card, you can get away with not doing anything.
Job's done.
It's important to know what the rules are when stuff like that, or just how it plays out, because you could certainly make the argument that you can't play that card, you're not fulfilling the requirements of discarding a random card. In this example, it doesn't seem to matter. There we go.
Job's done.
There's a card to play. Another mana raid. So, in theory, you could have 4 of these. So a 5 would take 9, a 6 would take 10, and anything above a 6 would be unplayable. Win this one. That'll at least accomplish something so far. We are on the last game at this point of this episode, and we've got 2 victories for the last 2 recordings. I guess the good players are back to playing, because I am not winning as easily.
Job's done.
I do keep meaning to get the Weird Al new CD that came out several months ago. But that is the only CDs I ever buy and the only music I really listen to. It started, I don't know why, somebody gave me as like a birthday gift Weird Al's, and then it became a thing that every year they'd give me more. and it's not like I listen to them a lot, because I really don't have much interest in music at all. But if you get Weird Al, you get a little sampling of the 10 or 12 most popular songs, plus a couple of polka songs. So he's a good pick for somebody who has no real musical preferences. And since I have them all already now anyways, pretty much, I may be missing like 1 or 2 albums and the newest album that I figure I might as well just keep the collection complete and go get the newest CD. And I went to a Barnes & Noble, which they have a very small selection of stuff, but then so does Walmart, or at least my local Walmart. It seems like over the past few years, when I haven't been paying attention, all stores have really downsized the amount of variety of music that they have. So, yeah, Barnes & Noble didn't have any Weird Al CDs at all. I didn't check the Walmart, but I bet they don't either. I know Best Buy, those shelves just get smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you are going to try and go find a CD somewhere in today's day and age, where do you go? You have to find like a specialty CD warehouse type place, a place that's going to have a lot of them and a lot of variety. Seems like more and more they're not even bothering to sell that stuff, and I guess that's true for most stores. It's more and more they're not trying to bother to sell anything. They don't make enough money in their minds, which is really a structural problem of CEOs who get millions of dollars a year saying, I don't get enough millions of dollars, whereas their low-level, entry-level employees who get minimum wage would say, you know what, if we sold this and just made some more profit and some of it came to me, I'd be happy. Anyways, I won't get into a rant as we're done with this episode, but certainly not done with any of the quests. This seems like we may end with not accomplishing a heck of a lot next turn, next time either, so next time we're gonna just stick with Priest and Warlock. Let's try to get at least the 2 victories down. So more of the same next time. Sorry. That's it for this episode. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment, watch every second of the video. All that helps out. Have a good evening.